I was an only child to a single mom, and I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart my deadbeat dad for never being there, because it made me humble, you know? As an only child, like, you can be a little spoiled, right? But it kind of put things into balance, because we all have that friend who's an only child, and they're a little bit special, right? They kind of think the world revolves around them. So you can prevent that right now, future parents of future only children. Abandon them now while you still can. Give your only child some character, a backbone, set them free. You know the one thing that sucks about Target? Is that they'll take anything back. Target is like your pretty friend with low self-esteem who keeps taking back damaged goods, even though you're like, girl, don't do it again. That's what Target is like. Get some self-respect, Target. I mean, Vanessa. I'm really talking to Vanessa. I mean, Target. That's really what I mean. So yeah, what's up with old people? You know what I mean? They like blind you with their oldness. Like, I met this really sweet-looking old man. He's like in his 90s. He's shaking my hand. And he looks at me very intensely in the eyes and he says, whatever you do, don't get old. I was like, I am working on it, buddy. Like, politics, right? Global warming, it's tax time. And now on top of it all, you can't even go down to Nordstrom and get a pair of Ivanka Trump pumps anymore. Like, I am so bummed out. Like, I love that made in China shit. Like, give it to me. And the stress is just so intense, the stress these days, that like the normal activities don't cut it. Like sex, alcohol, recreational drugs, they do nothing for me now. I've had to go to something a little bit more intense, collage making. Drones are really popular these days. I have zero segues. And some people are like, drones are the future. You know, everything's gonna happen via drone. Okay. I think drones are just really helpful so you can determine how cool a guy is based on his interest level. So ladies playing the field, okay, take notes. What you do on your first date is you ask the guy, hey, are you into drones? And if he's like, yeah, they're all right. Cool, move on to date number 2. If you're like, hey, are you into drones? And he's like, oh my God, I just built my second prototype. It has 4 quadrants, 2 propellers. I took it up to the top of Griffith Park. I got this aerial view of the city, and I started a club, and we're called the Droners. That's when you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I have to go home. I have a collage waiting for me.